One of the things I know a lot of people struggle with is how to make a decision on what you're going to use and how you create a look. But you can create very, very different looks depending on the handles that you choose. So here we've got all 4 ranges here. So there's the period range and the modern range, urban and vintage. But each of these looks will give a very, very different feel to a classic piece of furniture. So find yourself a really boring, really unexciting bit of furniture that you picked up probably for a few quid. As long as the drawers run well and it's well made, this is a not very exciting piece of furniture, but it's perfectly well made. But first you need to decide what kind of look is your style. What is it that you really love? So if it's much more of an urban style, you can use these sort of handles, which you use in the middle, or with something like this, you'd either have one in the middle or you'd have 2, one either side. With these, you'd have 2. You'd have one on this side and one on this side. And something like this, you'd probably put that in the middle. When you're choosing your handles, it will very much depend on how wide or deep the drawer is as to which ones you can use. So, for instance, this handle, if it was a much wider drawer, you might have 2, but that might be a little bit too much on a chest of drawers this size to have 2, so you'd end up having just one in the middle. Depending on which handles you use, you then need to decide what colour you're going to paint it. But I would start with the handle, be guided by the handle, and then decide on the paint colour after. You can really go any direction you like. The important thing is to make sure that the quality comes in the fixtures and fittings, and then you can get away with a really cheap bit of furniture. This is the equivalent of a little black dress. You dress it up with diamonds and you can look fantastic.